Hello, I'm Felicia Vereen, always known as Fee.
Hey, Fee, and I'm your girl, Sharita 3, better known as Red.
And we are Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast, a new podcast all about uplifting you.
Yes.
Because, friends, face it, you are awesome.
We'll be chatting up about topics we love to talk about, all the things we as women must juggle every day, and the ish we complain about.
But who's listening?
Girl,
We'll
nobody.
chat about the struggle, the job, and about him. You know who we talking about.
Girl.
That boo, husband, boyfriend, ex, whatever you calling them today. Our lovely hellions, kids.
Our angels. But seriously, friends, life happens, and we don't always get a chance to talk about it. We take it on the chin and we keep it moving.
Because that's what we were told to do.
Yep.
But here on Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast with Red and Fee, we are the friends you love to hang out with. We are here to inspire her, the Total Woman.
Yes.
Hey, Red.
Hey, Fee, how are you, girl?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. You always good. That's a good thing. Keep that positive energy going. Girl, I'm excited. This winter is almost over and spring is around the corner. I just can't wait to have some longer days and, the weather be at least a little bit more consistent than what it is now. And girl, it's just time for me to get some things in order with this new season coming in. So out with the old and in with the new.
We just ready for this heat to come back. We got winter one day, spring the next day, and who knows what's coming the next day. But I'm just ready for some, like you said, consistent weather.
Right. And typically when we think of spring cleaning, we think of like household stuff. But tonight we're going to talk about getting our hearts and our minds in order and doing some cleansing inside. What you think about that?
I think that's a good idea because I definitely need to not only do some spring cleaning in the house, but I need to do some spring cleaning in my life.
Girl,
You
don't
know,
I
some
know?
clutter, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm ready to clear my heart and my mind of some
Yes,
people and
ma'am.
places and things, things that don't hold no purpose no more.
I know. If we could sit down and do inventory of our life and things that we have that we need to get rid of or let go, there's a lot of things that you need to let go in your life. Some of them you might have thought at one point you couldn't live without, and now you're like, it's time to let that go.
And I was sitting here thinking a lot of times we think, okay, we're going into a new year. We're going to be doing this, that, and the other. We're going to do this different. This year is going to be different. But we end up doing the same old thing. But maybe since the new season is upon us, maybe we can, take it a little bit more seriously, cleaning out our hearts and making some changes.
Well, Red, look, tell our friends out there how we can go about doing some internal spring cleaning. Let's get into the topic, girl. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's spring cleaning, decluttering our house and our hearts.
There you go.
It's time to go through these old clothes and figure out things I can't fit, and send them to the Goodwill right along with that man. I don't want no more.
Girl, take it to the Goodwill, the Salvation Army, and leave them on the curb.
I ain't leaving them on the curb because I want that white slip so I can file them on my taxes.
You're going to file them on your taxes. You're gonna now, that's some declutter. You're going to pick the clothes up and the man and take them to the Salvation Army.
Exactly. I know some of these ladies out here feel us. Some of these days we do want to, kick them to the curb, or how they come and collect the old furniture. We go push them out there with it.
On the and say, wait a minute, can y'all send me my tax deduction slip for this one right here? I'm ready to let him go. I'm ready to
Yes.
do spring cleaning and get this out my house right here. No, we joking, guys, but listen, you definitely have to look at your life at some point and say, is this person deserving of me? And if not, declutter.
Exactly.
Declutter.
And it could be in several different relationships. It don't just have to be a romantic relationship. It could be some friends. It could be some family members that listen, I am not going into a new season with this person still acting a fool like that. It's just time I can love them from a distance. I can love them from afar.
Right. So as part of a spring cleaning, give us some tips. I know you keep some tips now. You keep some
Mm,
tips. So give
I
us some
do.
tips about internal spring cleaning.
Okay, so I got this from Mr. Barry Davenport, who wrote this article back in 2013. And ladies, we're very smart, but sometimes, we reach and we find other information to kind of, help you all along with some things. So the first thing is redefining your core values.
Hmm.
What's important to you?
I did that back during COVID. And I did it wasn't a
Mm,
spring cleaning, but it felt like it. I had to sit down. I had to think about what was important to me.
mm,
And, because I had, hearing about friends passing away,
mm,
family members passing away. It was just so much death around me that I was like, Felicia, it's time to think about what's important to you, what's important as far as your livelihood, your friends, family, the future, all that kind of stuff. And I came out, I definitely got rid of some things and changed my core value. That's when I
and
started thinking about what I needed to do for myself. And that's when Inspire Her really started, if I think about it.
Mhm, mhm. And understanding that our values, they change over time. What I valued at 20, I'm not gonna value at 50, and if I do, that's a problem because that's showing me that I'm not growing, I'm not maturing, I'm not evolving. So redefining your core values and what's important to you. And I think, like you said, Fee, COVID, really made us realize what's important to us.
Absolutely.
The second thing is restoring your integrity. Child, I don't even wanna think about some of the stuff I did as a young chick. But I have to give myself permission to forgive myself. I'm not gonna continue to beat myself up about things that I did when I was younger. So I'm trying to restore that integrity and what's important, for me. What do you have on that, restoring your integrity? What does that mean to you, B?
You said beat yourself up about stuff you did when you were young.
Correct.
People still doing stuff right now, that you
True.
need to forgive yourself for. Sometimes, we may have stayed too long in a relationship that we know we shouldn't have been in. Sometimes
Mhm.
you might have done something slick with your friends, maybe didn't tell them something or maybe told a lie or, anything like that. And you can forgive yourself because we are our harshest critics.
Yes.
Harshest critics. It's okay to say, you know what? I am going to finally get over this thing that I've been holding against myself.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to let it go because you may even have done something to one of your friends and you think your friend's harboring that against you and you go talk to them and they're like, girl, I forgot about that a long time ago.
Mhm.
And you still
Mhm.
holding on to it. So let go. Forgive yourself. Restore your integrity. Try not to do it again.
Right,
That's
right. And harmonize your close relationships. Like appreciate,
right.
love on the people that are close to you. You know, try not to neglect those people who matter to you. And it's so easy to get caught up into life and it'll be like I went to see my mom the other day and she's like, "Well, I ain't seen you in a month." I'm like, "Mom, I was just over here a couple of weeks ago." But and I'll think like, "Dang, I go everywhere else I want to go. I do need to commit to going to see my mom and spending time with her, a little bit more time with her." You know? So I get it, and I have siblings I haven't seen in a while. So just harmonizing those relationships, I could spend more time with my kids. So, just I'm just having to during this moment of spring cleaning, just reevaluating things and reevaluating my close relationships, people that I know are here for me and, being a part of that.
I agree. Sometimes we just go, we're running, running, and running. We got work, we have activities for the kids, we got maybe organizations that we're in, we have church. Some people work two jobs. Then we
Mhm.
may have a husband or a boyfriend, and we have to do some things that they want us to do. Then you have to come home and cook and clean, and you're tired. And you look around and you're like, you know what? It's been a month of me doing this activities back to back to back, and I haven't seen anybody.
Mhm.
So you're right. You need to harmonize your close relationships, and if they're close, they'll understand. But still, call them up and say, "Hey, girl, I haven't seen you in a minute," or "Hey, family member," or whomever it is. Let's just get together, even if it's only for an hour, even if it's just talking on the telephone, FaceTiming. People are getting together, families are getting together on Zoom now, and just talking.
Mhm.
It'll do your heart some good. You'll feel great afterwards. I will
Yeah.
mention when we went to Las Vegas, I felt wonderful when I came back because it did my
Yeah.
heart a lot of good to be around you guys and to have fun and just to let down my guard and just laugh, laugh,
Mhm.
laugh
I was
because
gonna
that's
say
what
you felt wonderful there too.
I did. I did. We had a ball. Well, we're not gonna
We
get into
did.
that. So we had a good time. Moving right along.
We had an awesome time. So the next one I wanna read a little bit about this because I think this one is extremely important. This one is shine up your attitude. And so it reads after a winter of discontent, it becomes a habit to allow negativity to dominate our thoughts and words. We become so accustomed to complaining, worrying, and seeing the glass half empty that we are blinded to all the beauty and joy we have access to right now, even in this very moment. Use the time to shift your attention from all of that is going wrong in your life to all that is going right. Allow gratitude and joy to move to the forefront of your thoughts and actively seek to diminish the power and predominance of your worries and frustrations. Seek out goodness, beauty, love, humor, and positivity. Spend time with people who support this way of being and thinking. So that kinda to me goes back to hanging around these negative Nancys and, just your attitude and the way that we look at things. Yeah, life is hard and it's rough for all of us, but it's how you see it. If I choose to only see the negative things, then that's all Imma get.
You're right.
But
I don't do negative Nancy's. I got a sound effect for them.
Yes.
There are times when I'll call and be like, "Girl, did you hear what she said?"
Mhm.
But not just out the blue. Somebody has to do something. And then most of the time, I just look at it, shake my head, and ignore it because it's not even worth my time talking about it. But when you have a friend that every time you come around them or every time you turn around, they're calling you to talk about something negative,
Mhm.
nah,
That's when I
mm-mm.
gotta go change my oil, and you have to go wash your dog.
You keep changing the oil. You keep listen. Now, if I call you and you said I gotta change the oil, girl, I'm gonna be like, no, 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 no.
Girl, I just left Advanced. I had 5 quarts of 5W30. And an oil filter. I know what I'm doing. I gotta change this oil. I'll holler at you, you know?
Listen, friends, for those of y'all who don't know, that is Red's way of saying she don't want to talk to you. If you call her, now I'm giving you a secret. If you call her and you're one of her friends and she says, girl, I gotta call you back because I gotta go change my oil. That means she don't want to talk to you. And if you call me and I say, Max smell, he need a bath. Girl, I gotta call you back. I need to go wash my dog. That means I really don't want to talk to you. So
Right.
we've given you one of our secrets. So don't tell everybody.
Exactly. And we know we all got 1 or 2 friends like that, that every time you call them, it's always something. You know, they
Right.
It's nothing
Right.
positive. It's always something. They're never happy, and they're your friends and you love them. So you just listen to it and try to be as supportive as possible, but some people like that, what we call in therapy world, that stinky thinking, just everything is
Stinky thinking.
always, yeah, stinky
Stinky
thinking.
thinking. Okay. I need to write
Always negative, always got something going on, but appreciate the good things that happen in life because, it's something. You can find something
So
that's
let's
good.
let's stick right here because we may be able to help some of our friends out there now. We're
Okay,
talking about
I'm with that.
spring cleaning and changing your mindset, making sure that your house is in order, meaning your internal house, your body, your mind, your soul.
Hmm.
Now, for those who are negative Nancy's, how do they shine up their attitude? Some of them may not know how to mentally do that.
Correct. So I think it's just the way that you look at things. You could say, hey, I only have 6 eggs, and you could be like, "No, I have a half dozen eggs." It's just how you look at things and appreciating the positive. I'll always think if I'm driving and, I'll get lost or go the wrong way. I think when I was coming back from the nail salon, I ended up getting lost and took me like 15 to 20 minutes out of my way. I'm like, what in the world is going on? And my immediate thought was, God is protecting me from something. So that
Mhm.
kind of made me feel like, okay, chill out, girl. It ain't that serious.
Right,
You got detoured for a reason. So sometimes
right,
stuff happens to you to protect you. And we don't always see it, but we because we choose to look at it in a negative way.
right, right. So you're pretty much saying, change your way of looking at things instead of looking at it negatively. Try to find positive because there's positive in everything. Even when you go out of the way. I don't know about you, but here in Georgia, sometimes you have to go out of your way to get to where you want to go because we got a lot of traffic in Savannah right now because of construction. And the other day I had to go around about out of my way, but
Mhm.
I saw something really, really pretty. I saw we have these
Mm.
marshlands and I've never seen them before. And I was like, man, this is pretty. And it
Mhm.
it kinda changed my attitude. I wasn't upset because I was gonna be late. I just took my time riding through and it was really pretty. So God, I guess he did want me to see that and wanted me to clear my mind and be prepared for work, but he gave me the opportunity to slow down and see some of his beautiful works. So you're right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was just getting ready to say that I was like, "Oh man, this traffic, this construction is getting on my nerves." But then after that, I
Mhm.
was like, "You know what? I'm feeling good. This was beautiful. I'm feeling good." So I was able to see the positive out of it, being
Yeah.
detoured.
Yeah, because like we said in our intro, life happens. Things happen. And the phrase that always get to me, and I try not to ever say the phrase, it's always something. I
Mhm.
don't think of that. Or what next? If you asking for what next, then that's you're
I'm
gonna get
coming.
something that's next. So
It is
I
definitely coming.
yeah, I never try to say that. And I was listening to my pastor yesterday, Pastor Hobbs, shout out to Pastor Hobbs, at Metro Baptist Church, Metropolitan Baptist Church. And one of the things he said was, you can't have the same reaction, the same, just mad and angry about everything. You can't have the same reaction stumping your toe as you would losing a loved one. Those can't be the same reactions and responses. If everything that happens to you, you on 10, I mean, come on now, that's just ridiculous.
Right. I think that also goes into the next one that you have, simplifying your thinking. Sometimes we
Definitely.
overthink things. We definitely overthink things.
Exactly.
Like I was telling my girlfriend the other day, okay, so you're late. You're late going to work and she was mad and she was upset. I could hear it in her voice. She was blowing the horn at people. And I said, well, guess what? You're late. and blowing the horn and getting upset and causing yourself anxiety, it's not going to stop you from being late. You're late.
Mhm.
So try to get there expediently, but stop the blowing the horn, stop being angry, stop hollering at people because all of that is not going to get you there any faster. It's just going to get you upset. So try to take some time. When I say simplify your thinking, try to think of the things that you can do to get rid of those issues as far as being to work late. Maybe go early because you know that we have construction. Leave early, go a different
Mhm.
route. Check out some different routes that you may be able to go. What do you think about simplifying your thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Part of anxiety is overthinking. You're thinking about every single thing. Everything is like take you 15 minutes to figure out this. Should I go this way? No, I shouldn't go this way because if I go this way, then this is going to happen. But if I go the other way, then I could run into this thing. But I should go this, all of that overthinking is just too much.
I try to think simple. I tell my daughter, I mean, just plan because to me, planning makes things much better instead of
Yes.
sometimes you have to wing it. Sometimes I've had to wing it. But when you plan, things to me seem to go a lot smoother. It gets rid of the anxiety. It gets rid of you not knowing what to do next. So I try to plan, and people used to laugh at me all the time. There's Felicia and her planner. I keep a planner. I keep a calendar so that I'll know what's coming up. I don't want anybody to call me and say, "Hey, Felicia, you're supposed to be on this meeting," and then there you go. The anxiety starts because first of all, I don't know what meeting I'm supposed to be on. I don't even know what you're talking about. What are we talking about? Because I have forgotten. It's not in my planner.
Well, that's part of your personality too. I mean, you're an accountant, so structure is important to you. Things have to make sense. It's a lot of black and white thinking. It ain't no wrong answer when you're accounting. So you do have to have that um as many less gray areas as possible. Whereas me,
Right.
I don't see things in black and white. It's that gray area because it's never going to be this way or it's never going to be this way. It always seems to fall somewhere in the middle of something. It
Right.
is my thinking. So I like the plan too because again, I don't like the anxiety and the being unprepared for things. I like to know what I'm doing, but sometimes, like you said, you do have to wing it. You do have to
Right.
wing it. And I think
Right.
just simplifying your thinking, not having too many things going on at one time and focus on what's more important and tackle those things. If it can wait a
How in the
day, let it
world
wait.
can I do that?
Hmm?
I have 50 million things going on every day. I have
Whew.
to I'll have to be at work, I have to take my daughter to school, then I go to work, and then in between that, I might have to go get her, bring her back to my job, then take her to track practice. Then I get off work, go get her, and then I sit in traffic. Or I
Mm,
get her and have to go drop her off and jump on a meeting.
mm.
So I constantly am doing things, constantly. And that's
And you
why I
know
said,
what I'm asking? How do you self-care? What do you do to bring yourself down?
well, you know what? You know what? This next one tells you how I do it. Change up my routine. When
Mm.
I'm relaxing, I am relaxed. I'm almost comatose. Don't call me for a meeting. Don't call me to if I want to go somewhere, you'll already know. But don't call me. I'm gonna lay in this big king size bed and veg out and watch TV, Netflix, whatever. I have those days where I get up, take a shower, put on a t-shirt, maybe some shorts, and I relax. As long as my daughter is good, my mom's good, Max is taken care of, I am good. Don't call me because I'm not coming. Might
Well,
not
that's
even do
good
my
you're
hair.
able to separate. Everybody can't separate.
Well, tell people how you do it. How do you I've just been doing it for so long that it just comes natural to me. But in your line of work, do you have to tell people, "Hey, you need to disengage," because that's what
Right.
that is.
Right. You
Changing
do
up your
have to.
routine. Disengage from your normal
Mhm.
and change up that routine and do something a little bit different to make you um, see something different, do something different.
Mhm. Mhm.
What do you do to change up your routine?
Um, I try not to make every day the same. You can't help but to make, things as you have your Saturdays, but for me, if I feel like going into the office, I'll go into the office. If it's times where I can work at home, I can work from home. Sometimes I just want to be in, sometimes I want to get out. So I think just changing up that routine, and not being able to control your schedule as much as you possibly can. And me being able to say no, being able to say no, I don't want to do this, or I can't do this, or I'm not able to do this. So separating what you have to do and what you have a choice to do or not. Like, you have to get up and take your daughter to school right now. You have to do those things. I have to do certain things, but the things that I have a choice to do, I do it. And a lot of times you just have to, like you said, disengage. Cut the phone off, cut the ringer off. Just decide that I'm going to take this hour or two to myself and do what I need to do if you're able to. Then when you do it, it depends on your situation in your life. If you have kids, you have to work, you got a husband, you got a part-time job or whatever. You just have to do it when you're able and capable of doing it. But you gotta get it done. That me time, that private time, whether it's your time with God, your time with yourself, whatever, you just gotta do it.
Now, guys, all this stuff we're talking about, it may be clutter. You may not see it as clutter, but it is. A lot of times we don't know that our mind is cluttered with all of these things. We have no clue until maybe we get sick, or maybe we have
Mhm.
some anxiety problems, or maybe we just tired. You ever just been tired?
Mhm.
Tired of being tired. And that's when you need to do that spring cleaning of the soul, and
Right.
decide to get rid of some of this stuff. Change up your habits, change up that routine, do something different. Do something. I try to do something I've never done before.
Mm. Mhm.
You know? Just do something you've never done before, and you'd be surprised at how that makes you feel. Like I rarely get up early in the morning and go outside and just take a deep breath and breathe in and breathe out and just look around and maybe go for a walk first thing in the morning. And I did that the other day. And I came back and I felt good.
Mhm.
Felt really, really good. That fresh air hitting me first thing in the morning, and that deep breath and listening to some nice music. And I didn't walk very far. I just walked max and came back and got myself ready for work. But it actually made me feel good.
Mhm. When you can't turn that switch off, your mind is always going, and you having difficulty sleeping and concentrating. You're at work thinking about home, you at home thinking about work. It's just you got to declutter your mind. Declutter those things. Declutter,
Right.
and begin to reclaim your inner peace. Like
Right.
I can't operate in chaos. Things have to be at a level of peace for me where I feel comfortable. So you have
So,
to do things to reclaim your peace.
so like you were saying, if you don't have peace in your house and that man is messing with you, and I'm joking, guys, that man, that kid, pick him up, put him on the side of the curb, or pick him up and take him to the Salvation Army.
What's that truck and we move junk?
Put them out. Get them out of your life. You can't get your kids out of your life. I was joking about that. But
Yeah.
if you got a man that's in your life, and listen, we are not man bashing because I absolutely want all of our listeners to have a loving relationship if you want that. But if you
Mhm.
don't have that and this person is um, causing you anxiety, do some spring cleaning, friends. Get them out of there. It's not
Yeah.
worth it. Get them out of
Yep.
there. Get them out of
Yep.
there. What's our next tip, Red?
Buff up your emotional intelligence.
What? What does that mean?
Emotional intelligence. Emotional maturity simply means having control over your emotions rather your emotions controlling you. Let
Hmm.
me repeat that. Emotional maturity simply means having control over your emotions rather than your emotions controlling you. So if
Hmm.
something happens to you, someone does something to you, you are responsible for how you react and respond. And people say you made me angry, you made me nobody can make you anything. That's a choice that you're making. I chose to get angry for whatever you did to me, or I chose to be in my feelings for whatever somebody has done to me or whatever has happened. You can control how you respond to anything and everything.
Hmm. Okay. I, I agree with that. I agree with that 80%. 80%.
You don't think you can control your emotions?
80%, friend. Only
Nah.
because some people test you and take you to the absolute limit.
You
Then what do you
allow
do?
people to test you and you allow people to take you to that limit.
You're right. You're right. You're right. But, well, I guess you're right. I allow that person. But if we're in the same household together and I can't get away, what am I
You
supposed to
listening, Indy? You listening to Mama Florence?
what am I supposed to do? I mean, shoot.
So let me
It's
tell
like
you,
me.
emotionally intelligent and mature people know what they want and they make it happen. They think before they act. They exhibit self-reliance and the ability to take personal responsibility. They have patience, are able to connect with others in a cooperative and positive manner, are able to genuinely care about others and can demonstrate that, exhibit honesty and can live by their principles, have moderation and balance in all things, have the
That,
ability to follow through even when it's difficult, and can show humility and say, I'm sorry.
that sound good on paper, friend. That sound good on paper, friend, but when you actually start trying to put that in when you actually start trying to use that concept, you ain't thinking about none of that. When somebody is getting on your last nerve.
When you allow somebody to get on your nerves.
When I allow somebody to get on my last
Mhm, 'cause you control how you respond. So, I
nerve.
know I allow people to make me angry. I allow people to make me frustrated. That's the human part of me. So but once you realize that, you gotta pull it back.
Listen, your eyes be talking. I'm not slapping anybody unless they get up in my face. Um,
Every time we turn around, Fee, you talking about slapping somebody. You talked about the friend slapping somebody.
do I
You
got a
probably
problem
ain't
with
never
somebody
slapped
slapping
nobody in your life.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not. I cannot say that. But I haven't done it in a while. Have I thought about it?
Well,
You
I
know,
am gonna inspire you to tap into your emotional intelligence fee.
is she calling me unintelligent, y'all? Is she? Is she calling me unintelligent? No, okay. Let's get back to being serious. I am going to tap into my emotional intelligence and I will not allow people to get under my skin. There, you have it.
It's hard. Woo! But it's hard to do.
That's for me. And I
I
don't know.
see.
Stop it, y'all. I'm sorry.
She's her own cheerleader.
I am my own cheerleader, and I want them to walk behind me and cheer me on when I do the least little thing that makes me feel good.
But
So there you
listen, looking at this, I think the most difficult one for me would be having moderation and balance. It says in all things.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a little complicated. In all things.
I agree. Because majority of things, but maybe not all. Maybe not all. But you can try. You can put a good effort towards it. You can
Definitely
definitely
can.
do that. Now, also
Definitely.
with spring cleaning comes time for you to um, look at things that you want to accomplish in
Mm.
the future. So for me, during this time, you start to think about, what you want your life to look like in the future. It might be time for you to lose some weight. It might be time for you to change jobs. It might be time for you to um, think about what your future plan is for your life. As far as money is concerned, maybe you want to do something a little different. Maybe you want to invest. It's time to recreate your plan. And I think we talked a little bit about that. But making sure that you sit down with your family members, or if you're single, sit down with yourself and just, write out some ideas, some things that you want to do in addition to what you're doing now, or differently from what you're doing now. If what you're doing is not working, friend, it's time to make a change. And that's what spring cleaning is all about. That's what we were thinking when we started this topic. Spring cleaning, declutter, let go of some things, change a route, do things a little bit differently. Notice things that you have never noticed before. Have you ever walked somewhere and you walk down the same street every day, or you walk somewhere every day, or you ride past something every day and you never notice it? Like the other day, my daughter, we're riding down 95 South, and there's this big, huge flag, United States flag. And she said, "Has that always been there?" And I'm like,
Mm.
yes, I've been here forever." But sometimes you can notice something. If you're preoccupied, like she's always on her phone, and that particular day she had put her phone down, and she was just looking out the window, looking at things going by, and she noticed that flag. That flag has
Mm.
always been there. Always. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I have, especially, if I'm driving, it's hard to see because you have to look at the road. But if someone else is driving, I do take notice of a lot of different things. I love to ride out in the country and stuff. Just to see especially during the fall time and the springtime, and see the flowers bloom. But also, this just came on my heart too. If you guys want to start a new business, have some faith and belief in yourself to, do some work. What do you desire? Like Felicia said, reevaluate and re-examine in your life. Take this time to refocus. What is it that I want to do that could make me happy or make me feel good or to make me feel more independent or whatever? Just taking a leap of faith and going out on faith and doing something that you may have always dreamt of doing, but just didn't believe in yourself that you could get it done.
Right. Spring cleaning can include getting rid of a bad mindset as far as yourself. Red and I wanted to do this podcast, and we said, you know what? There's plenty of things that we need to work on, but we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to just start. So if you're looking at doing a business, just start. Just start it. And
Yep.
you'd be surprised at how much help you'll get along the way. Somebody telling you, "Hey, well, have you thought about this or have you thought about that?" And then you'll start putting things together. But if you never start, you'll continue to wait until it's perfect, and that nothing is ever perfect. So when you're doing your spring cleaning, just think about all the things that we've said in our tips today and think about things that you want to do in your future and just start changing some things. You'll never know, you might be that negative Nancy that Red was talking about. And you sit down and say, "You know what? I'm tired of being negative. I'm
Mhm.
tired. Let me start thinking positively." And you would not believe how the people around you will gather around you and help you out. Help you start to see things a little bit more positively. You will
Spring
totally
cleaning.
enjoy it. Spring cleaning. Not only
Yes.
cleaning your house, but cleaning yourself internally, your mind and your heart. We didn't really talk about heart too much, but we hit on it a little bit. It all works together.
Yeah, I think it all works together to, getting rid of some of those, like the negative thoughts, negative experiences, maybe some of the traumas that you've experienced growing up, some of the people that have hurt you or you felt like have let you down or weren't there for you, just starting your heart off with a clean slate and forgiving, you know?
Right. And another thing that I hate to talk about is losing weight.
Mm.
That's decluttering because you decluttering some of that fat off your body. And I know,
Yeah.
who I done got a little happy.
Me too. This weight is baggage too.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. I agree because I gotta tow it around all day,
Mm.
every day.
Yes, yes.
I gotta tow it around all day, every day, and
Mhm.
it is not pleasant at all. I promise you, I'm gonna do some spring cleaning, and that's one of the things that I am going to let go. I am
Mm.
definitely going to let go of that.
Well, we can definitely do that together. Like I said, all these clothes I got in my closet, trying to get back in them. I don't know if that's happening anytime soon, but I'm sure gonna give it a shot.
We'll take that one outfit out and put it somewhere where you see it every day. That one outfit that you
Mm.
saw yourself in before. You see a picture of it. If you got a picture of something and you were like, "Dang, I was looking good in that outfit." Take
Mhm.
that outfit out and put it somewhere where you can see it so you're reminded every day that, when you want that ice cream and them cookies, you look at that outfit and be like, okay,
Then
I'm
they're
gonna put
gonna
this
be good
back.
at it. Yes.
I'm gonna put this back because
Yes,
I
yes,
want
yes,
to
yes,
be in
yes.
that outfit.
Mhm. Yeah, but part of that is clearing your mind and clearing your heart. That emotional weight comes from that also. I mean,
You're
and I
right.
like to eat.
And and we like to eat.
Yes, and
That part. And being in the South, girl, everything just tastes so good. So
yes, food is good for your soul.
it sure is, but it ain't good for your hips.
No, it's not. What they say, a minute on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Spring cleaning, spring cleaning. But guys, you know what that sound is. It is time for Red and Fee to give you some tips on finances and some mental tips. My finance tip this evening is, if you have children or if you have nephews and nieces or little kids around you, teach them how to deal with their finances right now. I don't care how little they are. Even if they go to the store and say, "I want a piece of candy." Ask them, "Well, how much does it cost? Well, how much money do you need?" It's never too early to start your kids on that financial literacy train. I don't care how old they are, you can start them. your teenagers, if they have a job, sit down and help them write that budget and let them know how much money that they have and how much they have to spend so they won't call you nickel and diming you every time they need something. Start the financial literacy route with your kids today. Help them understand what it is that they need to do as far as finances are concerned. Because if you don't help them when they get older, they're not going to know anything about finances and they're going to be wasting away their money like a lot of adults do today and have no clue what happened with their check once they get it in the bank. They
Mm.
spend, spend, spend. So work with your kids now. I'm gonna say it again. Work with your kids, nephews, nieces, whomever they are, work with them now. Even if you just help them along the way to help them understand how money works and how they get money and how they spend money and how they should save money. It is a good opportunity to start now. And I know that was a quick tip, but that's my tip for tonight. How about you, Red?
That's some good information. I wish I would have worked with my kids a little bit more on that money. As soon as they get money, they spend it. My daughter's a little better, and I think they're getting better now. But yeah, I agree with that tip 100%. That's some good advice. Well, my tip is I have a lot of people who don't know who they are. A lot of times we are who people told us we were, or our experiences, shape and create who we are. But a lot of times we're lost. And it's okay that you don't know exactly who you are. You can't be defined as one thing. Like I would never say, "Oh, I'm a mother." No, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a therapist, I'm a friend. I'm many different things, but those are like titles. But figuring out who you are, you have to dive deep into the core of who you are. What makes you happy? How would you like to see yourself? What do you want for yourself? How would you like for others to see you? What are your values? What is important to you? So just take that time to figure out who you are. A lot of times we don't know until we're later on in life and being confident in who we are. Back when I was 20 some, I didn't know who I was, or just trying to figure it out, trying to figure life. I have a better sense almost 50 now who I am. I feel like I know who I am now, but that took time. So if anybody's out there that's struggling with trying to figure out who they are, just take time, invest in yourself, put time into yourself, and spend time with yourself. One thing is a lot of people who always have to have people around them, surrounded by people. I'm like, do you like yourself? Because I like myself and I like this to spend time with myself, but a
Right.
lot of times people don't spend time with themselves. So take time to get to know yourself and who you are. And then you can answer that question. That's my tip.
Well, guys, listen, it has been fun. We always have a good time with you. We love, love, love getting on here and talking to you guys and cracking up. Me and Red love to laugh, as you can tell. And we also love to just give you tips and help you become inspired, help you to be empowered and to live an empowered life. That is what Inspire Her, the Total Woman, is about. We want to inspire you to live an empowered life. And hopefully, you get that out of our weekly episodes. And once again, we like to put posts in our groups to just see what you're thinking. And we will do the same with this episode. So come out and talk to us, chat with us. We will respond. So let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're thinking about the episodes. Let us know if you would like for us to speak on any specific topics. We are going to have a couple of guests on our next couple of episodes. So tune in. You're going to love them. All right.
Yes.
Peace and
Good night.
blessings.
We are here to inspire her, the total woman. Yay!